Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your Shake It Up Saturday. Yes, I almost forgot to get online this morning. It's been a very relaxing but productive morning so far. So Shake It Up Saturday is all about doing new things, doing things out of routine. Everybody has their daily method of operation when they get up and what they do and all of that sort of stuff. But sometimes you got to shake it up a little bit, just a little bit. So I've been, been online a lot this morning and doing some research. Nothing to do with genealogy, just other research for other areas for ideas that I had. It's been very interesting what you can come up with. Yes, I wonder. I'm gonna have to work on that one. So some of the stuff I'm learning, I'm gonna have to figure out how to put it in play for everybody else. But so what are you doing today to shake up your day? What are you doing to cause to be out of routine? We had a little sleep in this morning. We, instead of getting up at 5, we were awake at 6. We slept in. We slept in this morning. Instead of waking up at 5 o'clock, we woke up at 6. Some people go, that's not a sleep-in. Believe it, for me it is. When you're used to getting up at around 5 a.m. in the morning, sleeping until 6 o'clock is definitely. So then lazed in bed for a little bit and read, then got up, had a protein bar. I had my lemon water, had a protein bar, and then we went showered and dressed, and then went for our morning walk, it was actually not too bad this morning, even though it's meant to be 104 today, I think, somewhere around there. It was a very pleasant morning, and we actually did a longer walk this morning than we usually do, because usually on a weekdays we have to be back. We try to get back around 7:30 in the morning, 7:40 at the absolute latest, and so it doesn't allow us a lot of time to have a really decent walk in the morning with my morning routines. And so I'm trying to figure out how to change things around my morning routines, because after the call I do at 8 o'clock, then I'm into work mode for the rest of the day. And so I'm trying to figure out how to rearrange my morning routine so that we can have a longer walk. We do take a longer walk in the evenings, but I'd like to do a longer walk in the morning as well. So we got an extra long walk in this morning, which was good. Zeffie enjoyed that, and she sees our street coming up, and she's just like pulling me to get past it. And I'm like, it's okay, girl, we're going past. And she was actually magical with a little dog this one. This little dog was like barking like crazy, and it was like all about this big, and it managed to get away from its owner with its leash trailing along behind it. It comes up to Zeffie, and Zeffie just stands there like on alert, nose down, ears up, on alert, and just stood there like braced. And you could tell that she was ready to dart in any direction. Her whole body was tense. And this little dog comes up to her and like, and so she ends up sniffing this dog, and the little dog immediately went quiet. Zeffie did nothing but just stand there and just like sniff it, and then stood there so this other little dog could sniff her, and this other little dog just shut up and stopped barking. So I just stood on her leash until her owner could come over and pick up the leash. But it was kind of fun to see that interaction with this dog. Was like snarling and snapping at any dogs that came near it. And then it got away and it ran up to Zeph, and Zeph just stood there and allowed this dog to sniff around her. So it was kind of cool to see that. And then once the dog was like happy and stopped barking, then you could see Zeph's body completely relax. So that was kind of cool. So we went for an extra long walk this morning, and then we came back, and then I was doing some research online while breakfast was cooking. We had quiche this morning for breakfast. I tell you, I am loving this air fryer. There isn't a day gone by since I got it, or since I unpacked it, because it stayed in its box for a little bit until I could figure out where I was actually gonna put it, so it wouldn't be too much in my way. But it takes up like half my counter space. But in RV, we don't have a lot of counter space anyway, so it's actually sitting on top of the cooker, on the cover that comes over the elements on the burners on the cooker. But I have been using that thing at least once a day since I unpacked it. It's awesome. I love my air fryer. It dehydrates, it reheats, it bakes, it roasts, it does the air frying thing. It's got a rotating basket in there for when you're doing things like fries or tater tots or what else do they put in those things? I can't remember what else goes in the baskets. But it's got a rotating basket. It also has a rotisserie. Oh, yeah, rotisserie. That was the other one. It has a rotisserie that you can do in there as well. So it's kind of fun and very easy to clean. So I've really been enjoying having the air fryer there and figuring out, oh, what can I put in here today? What would I normally cook and how can I cook it? And one of my favorite things this week has been to take English muffins and split them open. And I get the store brand of English muffins because they're thicker than the I use normally like Thomas. Is it Thomas? Thomas English muffins, but I've been going after the store brand ones because they're a little thicker than the Thomas ones. And you throw them in the air fryer for about 5 minutes, and they come out perfectly toasted on top and perfectly toasted on the underside because the element's up the top, so the top gets nicely toasted just how I like it, and the bottom's just got a slight toasting to it. So it's been really cool having those for breakfast this week. But this morning it was quiche with bananas and blackberries. And yes, I ate them together for those that want to know. I like mixing in fruits with my savories, okay? It's not illegal or anything. I just like to do it. And I don't care what people say. I like fruit with my savory stuff. And I will stand by that forever. That's why I like pineapple on my pizza. Fruit with the savory. But yes, I've been enjoying that. So we heated up. We actually had pre-made quiches, big quiche. And so I heated that up this morning and had that. And of course, Zeffie came and sat right here next to me and just sort of like sat there and kept looking at the quiche. And so she'll get little bits every now and again. And it was her favorite one because it was a Lorraine quiche, which has the cheese and bacon in it. And she loves her cheese and she loves her eggs. So she was a happy girl. And she got a bit of bacon in one of them. And she was just sort of like, she is so funny. She reaches out and she eats it out of my hand. And then she sort of like sits back, licks her chops, and then like looks at my plate and looks up at me and sniffs my hand again and sniffs all around, trying to figure out what was that thing I just ate. So she had her first bit of bacon today, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, so just shake up your day, and nothing's gone as planned so far today. I was still planning on vacuuming and dusting and vacuuming and cleaning the RV out today. We've already taken a load of trash out today, but then the trash bag was due to be emptied anyway, so we have a fresh trash bag to start with. So we'll get some housework done today. There's a lot of Zeffie's food on the floor because like when she eats, she takes a mouthful of food and drops it, then picks out the pieces. Now it would be nice if she left the same pieces on the floor every time, then I would just cut that particular dog food out of her diet. But it depends on her mood of the day as to which pieces she leaves on the floor and which ones she eats. She's so funny. It's hilarious. And this one, it looks like, oh, we have the triangles on the floor. Oh, okay. Well, they're a new one. That's a new one. We haven't had the triangles on the floor for a while, so now we have triangles back on the floor again. So problem is I keep stepping on the darn things. But anyway, so what are you doing today to shake up your day, to take it out of routine, to do something different, get that creativity mind going? That's what happens when you step out of routine and you're open to new possibilities and things. The brain starts thinking, oh, new stuff. Oh, well, what if we go do this? I wonder about this. I wonder about that. And the creativity starts to flow a little better when you're stepping out of routine because it's almost like a reboot for the brain. The best reboot for a brain is to take a vacation. It really is. But if you can't get out on a vacation, then do things out of routine because it wakes the brain up. It's like, oh, we're not stuck in the rut today. What can we do? So go try something new today. Go do something different. You know, if you normally go grocery shopping on a Saturday, do grocery shopping on another day. You know, that sort of thing. I change up days that I do things like laundry. I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow. I think I should get it done today, though. You should be able to get it done today because I've got to take the laundry out of the bedroom anyway so I can vacuum in there because I've got the laundry basket sits in there. And it means I can't move the vacuum cleaner in that room. And I have a very small room if the laundry basket's in there. So I have to take the laundry basket out of the bedroom anyway. So why not throw it in the car, go over, put the laundry on to wash, come back, vacuum the bedroom. I'll probably get the RV done in that time too. Oh, no, hang on. We only have like about 15 minutes back here. And I want to do a deep vacuum today. So yes, I'll start the vacuuming. I'll get the bedroom done anyway. Then go back, switch the laundry out, and put it into the dryer, and then come back. And then I've got like about 40 minutes. That gives me time to do the rest of the RV for the vacuuming. And then when I come back with the laundry, it means the dusting is done because I don't vacuum until I've dusted. So I have to dust first. Well, first of all, it's clean up everything, then dust, then vacuum. Oh yeah, and I've got to sweep the vinyl as well. So I have a small strip of vinyl. And I keep wondering what it would be like if we just had like that vinyl hardwood, water resistant flooring that looks like wood, have that throughout the whole RV. And then I watch Zeffie on the, on the vinyl, and I'm like, that would not be a good idea. Especially when she's chasing her toys and like she goes chasing off thinking the ball's going to go into the bedroom, and my aim is off and it hits her food container and bounces back. And so she's suddenly trying to do this U-turn while she's going the pace that she's going at, and her feet are going in all directions. It is hilarious. And then she finally gets the ball and stands up and like shakes herself off and says, what the heck just happened there? So anyway, so do things out of order today, do things differently today. Maybe try a different supermarket today. If you have to do grocery shopping today, try a different supermarket. If you've got more than one in your area, try a different supermarket just for something different. Because you will spend more time shopping because you're going to find your way around the store. That's another thing I like using Instacart, because I don't have to worry about learning a new shop. I just get somebody to go do it for me. Plus, it saves me a lot of time and hassle. I don't know. I used to love going grocery shopping, but that's because Brad would come with me. And so going grocery shopping by yourself is not as fun anymore. Because when you're doing it with somebody, you can have fun. I was telling somebody the other day, I said my favorite thing when Brad and I went shopping was we would get to the checkout. I mean, he would steer the shopping cart around the thing. I would be putting the groceries I would have the list and I'd be putting the groceries in there. We'll be chatting and having fun along the way and all that sort of stuff. And sometimes I'll turn around and put stuff in the shopping cart and it's not there. And I'm like, where the hell did he go? He's nowhere to be seen. The guy was 6'5" and 350 pounds. He was nowhere to be seen. I thought he didn't realize he could move so quickly. Him in the shopping cart, gone. And I'm like, what the heck? And so now I've got to wander around the supermarket looking for him, holding the groceries in my hands while I'm trying to find my husband. When I eventually find him and all of that sort of stuff, something caught his eye and he turned off down some other aisle somewhere along the way, because I had figured out where I was going, and something caught his eye, so he went off down some other aisle instead, and he would just do things. So I would get him back that way. So when we get up to the checkout thing, he would always unload the shopping cart, and he had his technique of unloading the shopping cart, being Mr. Engineering Mind. He would put like all the canned goods together, all the fruits and vegetables together, all the frozens together, all the cold stuffs together. The cleaners would go together. So he had his way of putting things up on the belt in their little groupings, so everything got bagged together. And so after he'd finished that, he'll come and stand back at the top end of the cart, and I'll be standing there next to him. And of course, when you're standing in the aisle, what's besides, you got candy on one side, but what's on the other side? It's magazines, and it's usually tabloids and TV guides. And my favorite one was the soap opera covers. And I would stand there and just read the covers and go, how do people believe this stuff? Like, there's crap written on here. And then I always think back to the movie Men in Black with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones, where they're standing there and he goes over and gets buys up all these tabloid magazines, and Will Smith's characters are like, well, what do you need those for? And he says, oh, this is where we get our tips from. I was like, yeah, probably. And I always remember that. But we'd be standing there, and all of a sudden I would grab Brad's arm and go, oh, have you heard? And I would do it, not yell it out, but do it loud enough that people around us could hear us. And like people would stop, and like the person at the checkout would stop, and everybody would be like listening. And Brad would look at me and go, what? And I go, did you know? And I would rattle off some headline that was on one of the tabloid magazines, and my soap opera ones were the favorite ones, because they just had weird stuff on there. And I would have memorized one of the headlines, and I would just tell him about one of these headlines, and he goes, you look at me and go, what are you talking about? It says it right there. And Brad would just stand there and go, she is not my wife. But I wouldn't do it all the time. I would just, he never knew when I was going to hit with that one. Never knew. But we had fun going grocery shopping, and now there's not the fun there to go grocery shopping. You need someone to go grocery shopping with. Have fun. Have fun. Have you ever taken something off the shelf and put it in somebody's shopping cart? I haven't done that. I've thought about it. I've never done it. I've thought about it. I thought, if they're going to be silly enough to leave their cart sitting in the wrong place, then that's on them, not on me. Ooh, we got a 40-foot fifth wheel's just gone past. In the direction it's going in, the way it's coming in, it's going to be going into one of the empty sites on the other side of the house that's next to me. In fact, I think I remember Mike telling me, he's my next door neighbor, telling me that there's meant to be a new annual resident coming into the site next to him on the other side of him. So maybe that seemed to. And the guy across the street has now arrived, because I saw Mike over. Mike moved his golf cart, which was parked in the guy's carport during the season. And I noticed that the golf cart got moved, and he said, "Oh yeah, he's coming back in." And he's actually arrived because Mike was standing over there talking with him today. So the place is starting to fill up. We've been walking around the park. We're noticing one of the rows that I stayed on the first time I stayed at this campground. It's now completely full on the side that I stayed on, and they had 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they had 8 empty sites, 7 empty sites when I was there, and now they're all full. So it's kind of interesting walking down that street when it's all full with RVs on one side and the other side's all park models. And it mixed in with park models on the RV side as well. So, and then we're walking this morning 1 or 2 rows that way and noticed that there's more RVs over there as well. So the migration has begun and the snowbirds are starting to arrive. So that's the update from the campground right now. You tell your story question of the day. I have been rambling long enough. So see, I'm out of practice. I don't have my normal, I've got to get off and go to a meeting thing today. Or I've got to go and get some work done. So your tell your story question of the day is, what was the best birthday party you had growing up? So if you can think back and think to some of the fun birthday parties that you had growing up, if you had any birthday parties, or if you didn't have birthday parties, what was the best birthday you had growing up? So what's the memory of your best birthday that you had growing up, or your best birthday party? My best birthday party was when I turned 13. I had a sleepover, and we slept in the caravan down in the backyard, and there was 5 of us in there. So I had 4 friends over, and we had a great afternoon and all that, and then we had a sleepover in the caravan, and my dad coming out at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and telling us girls it was time to go to sleep, and I guess we were disturbing the neighborhood. But we were down in the backyard. I didn't think we'd been that loud. But as I learned as I got older, RVs do not have sound insulation on them very well. They are not the most soundproof of vehicles when it comes to living inside and having TVs on and music on and all that sort of stuff. Even sometimes having conversations, you can hear people having their conversations depending on what type of RV they've got as well. So, that was when I was 13. I had to say we had a blast. And after my dad left, we were lying there, we're waiting, we're not saying a word, we just lay there. And somebody goes, "Is he gone?" Like whispers out, "Is he gone?" And we're like, "I think so." Because we thought he might have been standing outside. And it turned out he actually was. He was standing up on top of the back patio. And one of the girls had a flashlight with her, and she turns the flashlight on. I don't know why she turned the flashlight on, but she turned the flashlight on. The next thing you hear is, "Turn that flashlight off." So we call them torches in New Zealand. So he was like, "Turn that torch off." And we're like, "Oh, shit." And so that's when we shut up and went to sleep. But it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. That was one of the best ones. One of the ones, that's the one that stands out the most. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was the only sleepover birthday party I ever had, and that was a lot of fun. So let us know what your best birthday or birthday party was when you were growing up. Write that into your journal about you tell your story question of the day, and have a super fantastic fun day. I'm going to be really tight. I'm going to be really tight on my time tonight, so I have to be on by 6 o'clock tonight. I'm going to take Zeffy for a walk before our call tonight, because at 6:30 tonight I get on Zoom with my family back in New Zealand. So because it's going to be Father's Day by that point down there, and it'll be 1:30 in the afternoon tomorrow on Sunday, and it's Father's Day in New Zealand tomorrow. So I get to talk to my mum and dad and my brother and his wife, and I'm not sure if my youngest brother and his new wife are going to be on. So yeah, my youngest brother finally got married. Yay! He's only 49. He just got married. So I can't wait to see if they're going to be on, so I get to meet my new sister-in-law. Yay! But anyway, go have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Hey, Konera. Oh, and go do something new today. Just go do something new, okay?